Imagine sitting in the bank, broke as hell, can't even get a free toaster, and you have a nigga with a trench coat and tentacles trying to rob the bank. Shit, I might have to join in on me. During the day, I'm Spider-Man, but at night, I'm Spider-Fingers because I can't stop taking shit. Saving the world while broke? Nah, these niggas not even broke. They're poor. Crazy. This man Doc Ock is mad extra. Why did he rip the vault door off just to throw it at Peter and his grand aunt? He could have set that thing right on the floor to the same amount of time, just doing shit to seem evil. That's some dickhead behavior. But this right here is funny as hell. It really looked like this man Peter just dipped on his aunt, hitting an Usain Bolt sprint after they were both almost sent on a vacation to Uncle Ben. His aunt told him, don't leave me. It's too late. If we are being honest, you're already 92 years old. The Grim Reaper is already making a road trip to your house. I still got some youth left in me. I might be gone. That's a joke. I save people too. I'll say this though, New York has some tough ass police officers. They saw a man with 4 metal arms and they still decided to give him a lawful order. It didn't work out for him. This nigga took his hat off to collect the money, and I had never been to the back of a bank before. Is the money really sitting on the floor like this? That's stupid as hell. And with all the gold coins on the ground, who the hell's banking here? The nigga from Leprechaun? His tentacles must have their very own spider senses because he clocked Spider-Man trying to sneak up behind him and start chucking bags of gold coins at him. Peter was over there dodging. If you don't catch those bags and save them for later, you're both in desperate need for some money. He had the audacity to catch a bag of gold coins and toss it back at him. Like, good pocket a little, you're saving them. Shit, that's more than what the cops did, and they still gonna get paid. If you ask me, Spider-Man, you earned it. And a little bonus for not bodying that hating ass clown Jonah J. Jameson. Talking about some here's your change. The change he needs to worry about is changing his life. And that bag of gold is a starting line. Doc Ock got mad and they start having a money fight, which is funny because both of them are broke. He was humming those bitches with the intent to kill. He was trying to get Spider-Man this treatment right here. Okay. Not only is he broken his secret identity, he ran out of webs in his hero persona. You hate to see it. Doc Ock knocked Spider-Man down with a fastball. Coins ravished him, had him screaming and changed the way he was falling. Man's luck is ass. At that point, he needed to dust himself off, grab his grand aunt, and flex. It wasn't his day. See, the bank teller, or whatever position he has, understood the opportunity that was presented in front of his eyes. He was trying to seize some of that gold until this old... Okay, let me calm down. No disrespect, but she might have to taste a fist of justice. I only want a little bit, not a lot of gold, just a tad bit. Smacking the man's hand. That's why you're broken now. She lacks a money-making mindset. Back to the squabble, Doc Ock picked up Spider-Man, annoyed with his antics. Peter was trying to stop his bag because he doesn't have one, locking him inside a nice vice grip, trying to turn Peter's brain into some freshly squeezed orange juice with light pulp. The fact that everyone was cowering there watching this man Peter have his head played with, I'm just saying, they didn't have to fight, but toss something at him as a distraction, so dude can escape. But the only person Peter can rely on was himself, so he started fucking up the bank, pulling 2 desks towards Doc Ock. Now we know Doc Ock has 4 robotic arms, so why didn't he handle both desks at once? He fully turned towards one, breaking it in half, then stood there so he could eat shit. Heroes are funny as hell. They care only about stopping the crime, nothing else. As long as the villains leave empty-handed, the place they are saving could go up in flames, and they'll call it a good day. Peter basically sent this man to the bank window. That has to be at least 3K. Into a taxi. I'm gonna say another 2K for the damages. Who finna pay for that? Both of them are broke, and I'm pretty sure insurance companies doesn't cover superhero damage. Doc Ock looks up. Notice the way Peter is flexing towards him, like he waited until Doc Ock stood up so he could see him running towards him. And Doc is really fucking up this taxi. This man's not doing no more fares for the day. Peter and Octavia's like, if we can't eat, no one's eating. He tossed the door at Peter, which was easily avoided. He even spiced it up a little bit and added some twirls to it, which got his stupid ass a first class trip back into the bank. But you see what I mean? Peter dodged the door. No fuss given as to how it was gonna stop once it entered the bank. This man became Spider-Man simply to take his anger out on bad guys. And why the hell was she just standing there screaming like this? If you're scared, run. Don't attract the attention of the thing you are afraid of with a banshee scream, like Lydia from Teen Wolf. The cops pulled up and told the man cosplaying as an octopus to freeze. Don't move. Good job, guys. He's definitely gonna listen. It's just the fact that people in this movie are dumb as hell. Why are they gathering around an active threat instead of staying inside the bank where he no longer was? Or, here's a good one, leave the scene. At this moment, I'm talking about one person in particular. This lady right here. Why are you standing there? Sightseeing? To your knowledge, Peter has already hit the jets and is somewhere at home counting pennies. And why grab the lady in between the crowd of people and not the one with the lungs of an opera singer? Never mind, she got some lungs on her as well. Maybe she still got some shelf life on her. The cops were like, no, let him go. He has a hostage. And that trunk must have hurt Peter because he was nowhere in sight until Doc Ock started climbing up the side of a building. Then this nigga dropped down to the sky like he came from a battle bus. Then his voice cracks as he tried to demand Doc Ock to give him back his aunt. Hand her over! Come on, man, you can't be serious. But my voice does the same thing, make me sound like a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate it. Doc Ock heard the crack in his voice and treated his request as a joke, dropping the senior citizen at least 100 feet talking about some butterfingers. This nigga seems so normal at the start of the movie. I'm starting to think he has a personal beef with Aunt May. Look at the look of disgust on his face when Spider-Man saves her. He was like,
"You thought you ate?"
Then straight bounced this man back off the wall, causing more property damage. Now you gotta wonder if Spider-Man's a masochist, because he be hopping into fights and hoping he can win. When's the last time this nigga participated in a YMCA karate class at the minimum? Jada Smith has more hand credibility than Spider-Man does. Aunt May wanted to live. Her grip strength is at least double mine. I promise I wouldn't last a second holding that umbrella. I'm going down faster and harder than Edge did when he tried to cancel animation in midair. Spider-Man weaved Doc Ock tentacles, splashed some webs in his face, tugged him closer for a face-to-face, then fed him some medium red knuckles. Put that man to sleep in midair for a second. That's why he fell so fast. He only woke back up when he realized Spider-Man was on his way to save Aunt May. He snatched the back of Peter's neck so fast and put him towards him, and that was the scope of his plan because Peter started dogging him out. Like they were falling and Peter was still serving him hands. Great customer service. Peter jumped backwards with this man, slipped to right, charged up a headbutt. He wasn't done. I might have to take back what I said about his hands. I'm not going to, but I'm a little tempted. They were free falling and Peter was beating his ass. He hit him with a knee and a backhand. The only thing Doc Ock was good at was destroying shit, because the moment they got back to the building, he started using Spider-Man to break windows. I swear, he might be the one walking around New York attacking old ladies, because Aunt May thought she was safe when her church steppers hit the edge of the ledge. She even glanced over at the angel and gave thanks, but no, Octavius was not going for none of that. Instead of escaping with his money, he decided to scoop up Aunt May again. In fact, he no longer had the money in his hand. I could have sworn he had at least one bag of money in his hand. Peter uses his webs as a slingshot, ready to launch himself back into the squabble, but Octavius was about to sneak him with one of his hidden blades, which he should have been used when Peter was fucking him up. He was losing. Why wait now? Aunt May must have been a secret baseball player or something and wasn't going to allow Spider-Man to be packed up and shipped off to the departed, and up Doc Ock's shades when she gave him a brain freeze, allowing Peter to catch the blade, then finally save her. But right here is where it gets me. Don't shoot. He has no lady to shoot everyone. The people in their apartments probably playing Just Dance, minding their own business. Next thing they know, they're boogieing down with James Brown as he swept up a storm. Spider-Man pulls back up on Doc Ock to get Mary Jane back, and we saw the last power boost he got when somebody simply mentioned her name. Now she was actually taken. I can only assume a masterclass ass whooping was about to commence. Doc Ock told Spider-Man to come down and talk to him, which had me scratching my head. Where is this confidence coming from? When this man goes back to the lab, is he having Kanye level conversations with himself?
I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
Because he forgot the performance that Peter put on him. He barely escaped. With MJ in his grasp, that was a given anyway. He did not need to tell Peter to get active. I'm pretty sure he came on go from the start, and it showed the way he jumped down straight at him, doing tricks off the tentacles. Pause, that sound kind of crazy. Landed directly in front of him. Peter needed that face-to-face exposure, but Doc Ock was panicking. He knew in the game of hands, he had no chance of winning, so he threw one of his arms out swiftly as hell, while Peter was still trying to balance himself from the flip, but Spider-Man was anything but a rookie, deflecting another, all while standing back up, then tapped his jaw with the left, which should have had Buddy sleeping if you ask me. He's only acting up because he's tired. Spider-Man came back up with a smooth upper. How is he still standing? That punch should have removed his shoes and folded his socks. They started exchanging bodily harm with each other, with Spider-Man winning. Doc Ock knew he needed some separation, like a relationship that wasn't working, and pushed him into the wall with his tentacle. And Toby is the king of screens. Take a listen to this shit. Let me take a step back real quick and talk about this. This man must have went to the lab and strictly worked on improving the lenses of his glasses, because how in the hell are they still pristine after this beating Peter introduced him to? Them bitches still straight. How strong is Aunt May? Doc Ock now had the upper hand in the fight. Finally, you would think being the one who initiated the smoke session, he would have the best lungs. No, he was barely hanging with him. Right here, you can tell this man really wanted Spider-Man dead. He thrusted the hell out of his shoulder when he launched his tentacle at Peter. But I'm pretty sure the arms were controlled by his brain, so he didn't need to make that movement. He just wanted him to see how badly he wanted him past tense. Peter was free falling after him and the arm of the big ass clock was knocked down. And instead of thinking about how to save himself first, he went straight back on the assault. This moment got me thinking back to the first fight when the Green Goblin was actively harassing Spider-Man. Was his webs not metal? Because the way Goblin was trying to tear through them, they sure sounded metal. So we all agree, those web balls should have taken a first class trip to his skull and made a pit stop in his brain like a 9mm, alleviating all his mental problems caused by those arms. But he just stood there taking the shots to his face like a champ. If villaining doesn't work, I know where he could go. And this is the moment Peter almost caught his third body of the series. He used his webs to grab the arm of the clock and turn that bitch into an arrow, causing more property damage. That's at least $50,000, and nearly taking Octavius' head off his shoulders. This man tried to act like he didn't almost shit himself trying to play it cool. Not gonna work. We heard the screams, we saw the face. Tell me why he got up, pulled the arm of the clock out, and ripped it in half, then threw them at Spider-Man. But he just kick them both out of the way, the people down below are about to have a bad day. I hope their drivers below have Geico or Allstate or something. I hope they're in good hands because their cars are about to look like this. After all those dodges, Peter thought he was on his way back up to finish embarrassing Doc Ock. Nope, only to have his chest nearly caved into his back by one of Octavia's arms. Them bitches have the gum attachment with their stretching capabilities or something. Spider-Man was falling, but he's a kind individual. He likes to share. So he wasn't falling, they were falling together. Teamwork. Like the niggas who snitched when they're the only ones who got caught. They both hit the top of the train hard as hell, causing more property damage. Peter just hops straight up and hits a pose. Doc Ock struggling to stand. He came into this boat underprepared. Peter tossed out some webs. Doc Ock hit a George Foreman block using both his arms covering his eyes, then yanked him closer. What was his plan? He knows the moment Spider-Man comes face to face with him, his face suffers the consequences of his actions, and that's exactly what happened. Peter hit this man with an 8-pound stomp. Again, how the f are those glasses still in the out-of-the-box shape? These are the glasses Ray J must have created because these bitches are unbreakable. And then he just kicks off his chest, hitting a backflip, landing mad wobbly, but still has the best weaving I ever seen. His balance have nothing to do with his skill. Smooth ass dip, arm spread eagle. That's just the flair he brings to his performances. Side flip straight into the chosen one matrix lean. I'ma need Doc Ock to rethink his game plan.
Use your common sense.
The skill Spider-Man is showcasing is league above his own. He tried the same frontal attack strat that doesn't work. Spider-Man hit the freaky one dodge, leaning backwards, then wrapped his leg around the arm so he could hit a backflip. Swung on the arm, then served him with a kick. That was all within a 10-second time frame. But I'm confused as hell. Is Doc Ock not a human with 4 robotic arms? How is he eating every helping of Toby's knuckles? The same fist that had Green Goblin on his knees when he was boosted with a serum. This was a turning point in the fight for Doc Ock. He landed on his robotic arms, kipped up, then caught Peter's leg, yeeting him at the bridge, hoping to do some damage to either him or the property. Double points if it's both. He got no points. Peter stunned on him, twirling through the tight gap on the bridge and caught him lagging, tackling him to the side of the train. And again, was back to putting the hands on him. The beat was going so well until he tried to hit a backflip and was grabbed and dunked through the door of the train. Peter grabbed that pole better than most girls in P-Valley, using it to break free from Octavia's grasp. Then, like they were having who can fuck up the city more challenge, he jumped through a window back to the outside of the train. They engaged in a game of tug of war, and he was about to tumble to his demise as his foot popped off the train like a loose suction cup. Then he almost had his cat peeled by another oncoming train. Ass pressed hard against the glass. The fear was real. He gave the niggas in the train a front row show of his tightly clenched cheeks. That man Doc Ock went ghost. Peter got to the top of the train and was crawling around like he was Boogeyman looking for him until he peeped a tentacle going underneath the train. But guess what that earned him? A WMD through 2 train windows, had him back surfing on the ground below. I know his back was feeling like he was casting in the movie 1,000 Years of a Slave, but he hopped right back into the action, running across a building, hitting some parkour into a free fall. Octavia seen that and didn't want to fight anymore face to face. He had enough. So he tried lightening the load of the train and began treating the passengers like footballs and throwing them out. Peter misses calling. Heroin, he should have tried it for the football team after he bodied Flash. His calling was to use his abilities to make millions because he caught the passengers easily. But she must have been terrified, not being tossed once, twice. After Peter saved the passengers, he seen Doc Ock flexing in front of the train and he landed behind him and did nothing while he was up the controls of the train. He should have hit this man with a spine buster from behind or something. Hit him with a bulldog off the train. Shit, even a dropkick probably would have done something. You got this old nigga yelling like he's finna win an Oscar, talking about help. I can't stop the train. I would have hit it with a, if you can't stop it, I can't stop it either. But like he was getting paid a big bag for the job, he took it seriously and tried to stop the train, nearly fucking up his knee in the process. He had to hit the Peter Griffin after that attempt. But this old man right here would have made me walk away.
Any more bright ideas?
Fuck you talking about? You know what? He was right. I would have grabbed him by his neck and tossed him onto the tracks and used his useless ass as some brakes. Oh shit, static shock. You know Spider-Man stopped the train and was slumped afterwards, and Doc Ock pulled up at the end. You're a bum. You didn't win.